spin round the block one more time. Still running really well, warms up well. Shut the choke off now. So yeah, it did have the MOT yesterday. Unfortunately it didn't pass. There was there's the rubber cover over one of the ball joints that let it down, but fortunately I've got one spare. And a new chap who's coming to collect it today, he said he's still more than happy to drive it because of course it's over 40 years old, so it can be driven without an MOT. So that is going to be sorted out, and I've got that in the glove box, ready for it to be fitted, and it can be retested for free up to the 29th of this month. Today's the 16th, there's plenty of time to get that sorted out, and I'll give him the address of the garage when he comes. This has become quite a familiar sight around these parts, so people might be a bit sort of confused as to why it's not going to be around anymore. Somewhere I can park up down here and we'll do like a final walk around video. Raining all week so far, and then the sun decides to come out just when I'm about to let the car go. I'm probably going to have to take the soft top off and put the hard top on, just like we did when I collected it 2 years ago. The hard top's not actually been on the car ever since that day when I brought it back to my house in June 2022, so we're going to have to probably put it back on again, but it looks fairly simple enough. We have done it before, or I've done it before. So just parked up for a bit, time for reflection really. So how do I feel about selling this car? Well, obviously it's quite sad because it's the first ever classic car I've had, and even though there's been a couple of frustrating moments with it over the last few months, I've not regretted having it at all. It's been fantastic. It's such a fun, charming thing. Everything I've learnt about cars pretty much has been learnt on this, so it's been a fantastic thing for me to learn from. When you drive it, it's so much fun. Steering's fantastic. The open top experience of it on a nice day is absolutely wonderful. The noise you get from the engine, particularly from the twin stainless that's on it, is fantastic. But it's the right thing to do. I've had my fun with it, you know, 2 really good years from it, learnt a lot of things, as I've said before in the videos. The main reason is I just can't use it as much as I'd like, because the weather just hasn't been useful for a convertible, and plenty of people out there are not going to have any problems using this in the rain. I just don't really see the point in using a car like this when the weather's not very good, because you can't experience the full benefits of it. And obviously, because I'm not living at my mum's anymore, that's always where it lived, in her garage. I haven't got one, and I haven't really got the heart to keep this outside, because it does let water in. Not much, but every British convertible is going to let water in at some point, particularly if it's built in the 1970s. So moving it on is the right thing to do. It's going to get more use, hopefully. I know it's going to be well looked after. The chap buying it seems like a really decent chap, but he's had one in the past as well, so he's had good experience with them. And certainly financially it makes a lot of sense, because I have agreed to buy a replacement classic car for this. I'm not going to tell you what that is at the moment. I'm going to leave it as a surprise. But basically I've been able to sell this for a good amount of money, and I'm still going to have a lot left over when I've paid for this replacement classic car that I've got. So it is going to be a financially sensible move. And at the end of the day, I've improved this car. I've done lots to it mechanically, kept it really good. I've maintained the bodywork condition on it as well to keep that solid. And it's going to a good home, and it's also staying local. So I'm hoping I can stay in touch with the owner, and hopefully we can do some meetups at some local shows with it. So everything's worked out really well, I think. Just wanted to have one more drive in it before the owner arrives, and then we'll do the exchange. But yeah, it's sad to say goodbye to this, obviously, but it's a sensible decision, and I'll still be able to keep the classic car hobby going. I'll be able to enjoy something else, something I should be able to use more regularly as well, and something I can keep at my house, whilst also having the peace of mind knowing that this has gone to a good home, local home, and it will still be looked after really well. Well, farewell, old friend. Yeah. Well, empty garage now, Spit's gone, now it's gone to a good home. Sad, bittersweet, as I told you about earlier, but the decision's a good one. It's going to get looked after very well, and it means I'll be able to replace it with something that I can use more regularly. And I know that's the question on everyone's lips. What are you going to get next? What are you going to get next? Well, you got to be patient, thank you. On July the 28th is when I'm collecting the car. I'm going to give you clues from Monday next week on my Instagram, THD Motoring, useful handle there, and every day for the week I'll give you a clue about what the car's going to be, and we'll see if anybody can work it out. Thanks for watching for this rather sad video, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.